Hello everyone. Today we are going to start the second chapter of your 7th standard. In previous video we have seen or the session we have seen about the nutrition in plants. So today we are going to start actually how the nutrition is takes place in the animals, means how it is important, okay, in which ways it get utilized, okay, and what are the other ways. So to see in details, we will move towards the few processes which actually related to our life process. Life process means in uh, daily activities what we actually do, okay. So we will move towards the next slide, that is the topics to be covered. So here we are not only going to see about the nutrition in animals only, we are going to see along with the animals the human beings. So the major focus of this chapter is towards the animals plus the human beings. So to moving towards the animals, first of all we are going towards the human beings. So there are the topics which we are going to be covered. Those are the different life processes, which are the actual life process. We are saying always the life process, that is a vital activity that we really carry out, work out, okay. So actually what they are, where from it starts and where it end. So stepwise we are going to see. Next, why nutrition is important, same as of a scene about the plants, same about the human beings or the animals, but just little bit difference is there. Next, what is the nutrition, the definition of the nutrition is same as of we have seen in the plant. So why do organisms need the food, same, some of the points are the same, but because we are the moving persons and we are working out the persons individually, that's why it's a obviously different one. The what are the nutrients, same, the definition will be the same, because those they used to take through the soil and which we are taking through the different food materials, those are the same one, because they are taking the nutrition, they are leading inside the food materials, okay. The same we are taking that one, that's why. The mode of nutrition means in which ways the nutrition can be utilized. So there were we have seen 2 3 major types, again the subtypes also, same as of here also about the human beings, but in details in fourth one, the point which is a holozoic, so that is actually takes place through the human beings, so that we are going to see in details. Next is nutrition in amoeba. So maybe this will be finished in this video or next video. So it's actually the same as of the human beings, but just little different. So that's why we have to learn about the microorganisms also, how they use to take up the food or the nutrition. So next we are going to start the different life processes. So the different life processes are the nutrition, respiration, transportation, excretion, and the control and coordination. So the nutrition, respiration means what? So nutrition means the food which we use to take, okay. Then the respiration means, maybe this is a new word for you, but in common word we normally says that respiration means taking oxygen and releasing carbon dioxide, but here the actual meaning of the respiration means the food which we take in the form of a nutrition or the nutrients, is it, so that just goes inside our body and break down to form a small molecules and to release a energy. So this is actually the respiration process takes place in our body or human beings and all living organisms. So that's why respiration is the process in which the food which we utilize, okay, that should get broke down in a small molecules or a simple molecules. Why simple molecules? In a photosynthesis process we have seen the carbohydrate is a complex form, or the glucose is synthesized in the raw material, okay. After that we if we utilize that carbohydrate as it is, then it goes broke down in small molecules and later it's synthesized as a energy, or it release in the form of a energy to carry out our daily works. Next, transportation means the whatever the energy or the food we have taken through the nutrition and the respiration, that should move, that should transport towards the whole parts of the body, because each and every body part is going to work in daily processes. That's why the nutrition should be transported through the blood. Next, excretion. The fourth one is the point is that the excretion of the life process. Excretion means removing out or releasing out the undigested or unwanted or the waste material from our body. Okay, in the morning we used to release out. Okay, so that is actually the excretion. Excretion means the release out or the removing out the waste material or the undigested food through our body, known as a excretion. So control and coordination, reproduction, growth and development, and the movement, these 4 points are not that much important for you for this your class. So in higher classes you might be facing. So control and coordination is related to the brain. Reproduction might be you have that chapter relating to the plant. Okay, that is we will see. The next, growth and development means when we take the food materials, obviously from newborn baby, when it bonds, okay, that used to take up the milk, then later slowly he used to take the food materials, then slowly he becomes a younger one. So that is actually the growth and development. After that he used to walk, move and do the things, he used to speak up. So those are actually the movements. So we will move towards next slide. That is, why do organisms need food? So why they need food? To work the daily life working. Okay, so food contains a nutrient to provide a energy. Energy is very important. Without the energy we cannot do any work. Even that may be a if you are sat inside the class, okay, someone is teaching, at that time you used to concentrate or you used to take up that or the knowledge or the pay attention. That is actually what happening. You are spending some of the energy to hear it and listen it carefully and keep in mind. Okay, so that is actually the energy also required for writing purpose, then moving purpose, then walking, or you can say anything, the work you usually do in the daily life. Next, it helps in the cell repair and the growth. So cell repair and the growth, this point also we have seen in a previous chapter. So that is actually mean that if any rupture or skin will be get cut out or any small accident will happen, so at that time our skin will get some damages means maybe we get injured. Okay, so that is actually what happened after a long time when we get treatment on it, or if a small accident will be there. Okay, suppose you you making something cook, okay, or any dishes, while cooking you might get a cut on your finger. So even if you have not applied anything, after some time it will get a stop bleeding, and later after one day it will get recovered by why? Because it's a very that repairing process means our body has that much development, has that much of capacity to work against the any cutting processes. So our body has that much of immunity to repair it, or the growth can be takes place again, the skin will get occur, or the it comes to a origin like. Next, increasing resistance against the diseases. So same as of if the cut has made, then after 2-3 days it will be get recovered. Same as of the if we are if we are facing or the suffering from any cold, fever or anything diseases, so we can recover ourselves by taking tablets, or sometimes it's a very low infection, or we can say a very fever like condition will be there. So even if you have not taken any tablets, then within 1-2 days or 1 day, within a 24 hours you will get recovered. So such a things happens why? When you take a proper diet or a food materials in a daily life. Then next, what is nutrients? So same as of the in the plants we have seen, it's a definition. The substances that provide the nourishment needed for the growth and the maintenance of life. So here substances are nothing but the nutrients, which consisting of the nutrients that provide a nourishment. Nourishment means proper nutrition. Then needed for the growth and the development of, actually it's provides a growth, is it? So next is a maintenance of life. Whatever the processes are there which we have seen, those are the nutrition, respiration, transportation, excretion. This should be in a maintained manner, so it should not be get disturbed, otherwise we have to be face so many problems. So these are actually the maintenance of the life. So next, what are the mode of nutrition in previous chapter about the plants? We have seen the two major one, that is the autotrophs and the heterotrophs, is it? So again autotrophs were divided into the photosynthetic and the chemosynthetic. Again the heterotrophics also subdivided into the saprophyte, parasite and the holozoid. So same about the here also, the living organisms. So the whole, here the human beings are categorized in mostly in the holozoic, because the holozoic nutrition is again going to be subdivided. So we will see. So holozoic nutrition or the holozoic animals means what? So the intake of organic complex matter as a food. The organism which used to take up or uptake or utilize the food material which is in the complex form, okay, and it is made up of a carbon compound, or we can say in the biological word or the biochemistry word, that is the organic matter. The food which is made up of carbon molecules are nothing but the organic matters. So that may be any carbohydrate, proteins, fats, lipids. So all these are the complex form. So here, that's why here known as a holozoic animals are those animals which intake the complex organic matter as a in the form of a food. The next, holozoics are subdivided into the according to the habitat of the eating, means actually what type of the food they used to consume or the uptake, okay. So according to that they have a classified. The first one is the herbivorous, second one carnivorous, fourth one omnivorous. So why it is named as? Because they used to take the food materials, according to that they have a classified. The first one, why it known as a herbivorous? The herbivorous means those organisms or those living organisms which used to take only the green vegetables as a food material. So such organisms are called as a herbivorous. So their examples are cow, goat, horse and the rabbits. Next, carnivorous. Carnivorous means those organisms they used to uptake or consume as a food flesh or the meat or the any other organisms or the any other animals are known as a carnivorous. The organisms which used to take as a food flesh or the meat are known as the carnivorous, and for the examples are tiger and the lion. Next, omnivorous. The omnivorous word is combined. The food materials are here combined, that's why they are known as the omnivorous. Means two types of the organism, two types of the mode of food habitat are involved here. So first one, the omnivorous means those organisms which used to take both green vegetables and the flesh or the meat, that's why they are known as a omnivorous. So for example like human beings, animals, pig, crow and the rat. So these animals or the human beings, what they used to take, they used to eat both the flesh, meat and the green vegetables. So we will see how actually the holozoic nutrition or the animals used to take up the food. So whatever they used to consume, how they it get digested, in which processes or in which steps. So here are few steps, 5 steps. So those are ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. This process initiated from the time where from we used to take the food until it removed out the waste materials. Okay, so in nutrition till the excretion we have seen that the actual there what are the terms. Okay, so according to that these are also same similar as of them. So how in real life this process used to be take up inside our body, so that we have to learn here. The first one is that the ingestion. What is mean by the ingestion? The ingestion is the process in which we used to take a complex food material as it is. Okay, the ingestion is intake of a food complex form. Means the food is, as I told you, the complex organic material means what? That is actually the carbohydrate, proteins, fats, lipids, and all these things. So here next step is that of the holozoic nutrition, digestion. So after uptaking that food material or the nutrition, the second process is that digest. So the food has taken, so it cannot be absorbed in our body as it is, so it should be digest, then only we can gain energy to carry out a work. So the digestion means what? The conversion of the complex food into the simple form by using enzymes. So enzymes are the some intermediate products that helps to broke down the complex food material into the simple. So that's why the digestion is the conversion of the complex food material into the simple one. Absorption. The absorption is the process that helps in the passage of a simpler food into the blood and the lymph. It's actually act as a transportation. So absorption is nothing but like a transportation that helps in the passage of the broken down simple form of the food through the bloodstream vessels or the lymph. The next, assimilation means what? The absorbed food being utilized for the energy needed for the various activity. So in absorption we have used the simpler form of the food to transport, then later the in assimilation process that actually become as energy, and that energy is utilized for the different organ functions. Okay, then next, what is mean by the egestion? The egestion is actually the waste material which get removed out, because it's a must thing should be happen in our body, because undigested food cannot be retained for a longer time, it should be get removed out through our body. So that is the egestion is actually similar with the excretion process, though these are the same one. So the egestion is the removal of undigested food. So holozoic nutrition is consisting of these 5 steps, and in these 5 steps only the food which we used to take in our body that actually goes through these processes. So here the same process we are going to see through the alimentary canal. So alimentary canal is nothing but the internal body structure of our body. So how it actually such a processes takes place through the different organs that we have to see in the details in the next video. So we will move towards the next slide, that is the nutrition in amoeba. So as I've told you, the amoeba is nothing but a same as of the us, means human beings and the other living organisms. They are maybe a single cell. So these are actually the made up of a single cell. They don't have any body structure. They are actually look like a shapeless body. Okay, so we cannot say actually that is a body, that is just a cell which don't have any skeleton, nothing else like a tissue, or no any muscular system, no any organ development, nothing is there. Okay, they only consisting of some vacuoles and a nucleus. Okay, so you can see here in the image, so their actually structure is wherever they just survive, they take their shape. Okay, so these are the single cell, but then also they can do all these processes as we have seen in a holozoic nutrition steps. So those all steps also takes place in the amoeba. So we are seeing here only about the introduction of the amoeba. So in the next video we will see about the how nutrition is takes place in amoeba. So you must know about what is mean by the vacuole. What is the amoeba? Amoeba is a single cellular animal, single cellular organism. It consisting of one nucleus and the vacuoles. So here what is mean by the nucleus and the vacuole? The nucleus and the vacuoles are the cell organelles. As we have as I have told you in previous session, that cell is a structural and functional unit of a life. Due to that only the all body organ can be worked, because the organs are also made up of a number of cells. So those are also known as a building blocks of the life. So here the amoeba is only consisting of a single cell, but human beings and the other organisms are made up of the number of cells. That's why they known as a multicellular organisms. So the number of cells consisting of a near about 11 to 12 organelles. Okay, those organelles have their different functions, so that you have to be learned in your next class. But for your kind information, just to understand what is actually mean by the vacuole and the nucleus. So nucleus play a major role that used to control the whole cell activity, and the vacuole has a capacity to store the food which they used to take from the outside. Okay, so you just keep in mind that they having only two organelle. First one is the nucleus, second one is the vacuole. So nucleus used to control the all activities. All activities means, for example, like they used to move from one place to another place, they used to take up the food and to digest. So such a processes get controlled by the nucleus. And vacuole means what? The vacuole is play a major role in storing the liquid and the food materials which the amoeba used to take from the environment. So this much you have to keep in mind. So in the next video we will see the further process, how the holozoic nutrition takes place in amoeba. So till that, thank you.